Hey, so in today's video I'm going to be talking about my hair. I have posted on Facebook and on my Instagram that I dyed my hair. Wanted to share with you guys what I did to get it this color. I honestly don't think the camera is picking up the shade of color that I have in my hair right now. In the sun, my hair looks a lot more vibrant. For some reason, I'm like trying to work with the camera and it's not really picking up the color very well. It's more of like a deep burgundy plum type color, and I chose this color because I thought it would be perfect for the fall season that is coming up. I was seriously having withdrawals because I haven't dyed my hair in almost a year, and I was just like telling my husband, I was like, I need to do something to my hair or I'm gonna do something drastic like shave it all off. He was just like, all right, well then do something to it, and I ended up doing this to it. Yeah, you can kind of see right here where the plummy burgundy colors are like coming in. And this was actually the color that I definitely was going for. I absolutely love the color. It looks amazing. I did not think that it was going to come out the way that I wanted it to, because I actually dyed it twice. I know that's like super unhealthy for your hair, but I was like, you know what, I'm determined and this is going to work out. I just wanted to share with you guys my dyeing experience and what I did and the process that I did to go about to get it this color, if you guys are wondering. I just wanted to start off and let you guys know that I am not a professional. I'm just going off of what I did in my experience of dyeing my hair to this color. So dye your hair at your own risk. I am not a professional, alright? Okay. I went to Sally's Beauty looking through all their different hair colors and seeing what colors and what options they had. I was on Pinterest and just doing my, research of like different colored hair, and I was more drawn to like the dark burgundies and dark purple. I was looking at colors and I couldn't find much of an option when it came to like plums and like purples. You had like the vibrant purples, and then you just had like dark purples, and that wasn't what I was going for. I was going for something like in between. I found this shade, and this is called Age Beautiful. This is in the color darkest plum brown, and like the little swatches of hair for examples that they have next to the dye, I saw that color and it came out like almost the way I kind of wanted it. So I was like, let me just try it out to see how it goes. And I used the same brand of developer. I just used the 30 volume for the developer. Added the mixture in. This was more of a 1 equal parts mixture. This had 2 ounces each. So when I put all 4 ounces of this in there, this luckily had already 4 ounces measured out to the bottle, so I just dumped the whole bottle of this in there as well. I'll show you the color that it came out to after I had dyed it. Alright, so now that you've seen that the color came out super dark, and I was just like, whoa, this was not the color that was on that little hair swatch that I saw. So I was kind of like, in a way disappointed, because I didn't want to go and like dye my hair again, and I didn't want to go about bleaching my hair, because I know that can be like totally like unhealthy for your hair. I was just trying to defeat that whole bleaching situation. So then I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to, figure out what I need to do next to it. I needed more of a plummy burgundy color. It was like too dark for me and I wasn't feeling it at all. The next day I went back to Sally's and I just winged it, and I was like, you know what, I've heard many good things about this L'Oreal High color, and this is what I was eyeballing at first, but I wasn't too sure because I saw how other people's hair turned out when they first dyed it, and it came out super bright. And I didn't want that super bright color. I might as well just see if I can take this color and possibly dye it in with my hair, and it'll lighten it up, but it won't lighten it to the point to where it's like bam in your face, like super bright. What's good about this L'Oreal Technique High color is that it's specially formulated for dark hair that like works perfectly for me. I used this in magenta. And I also went in and purchased this L'Oreal Developer in 30 volume. I actually used 2 of these. And same as for this, I used 2 of these as well. For this, I had to double the parts. So this was 1.2 ounces in one, so I had to put 2.4 ounces of developer so I can equal out this product. And I will show you the process of how I did this. Let's get started. So I got the developer, I've got the dye, I'm pouring the developer and getting that measured out, and then I'm going to start opening up the tube to pour it into the bowl. And as you can see, it is super bright. I'm going to pour the first tube into the bowl, and then I'm going to pour the second tube into the bowl. I'm going to start by mixing the two together, and once it starts getting to a smoother texture, it'll look something kind of like this, and then you're able to begin the dyeing process. Got my gloves on, and I'm going to start with the bottom layer first. I don't start by dyeing the roots first. I start more towards where I have already had previous dye in my hair, and I'm going to work my way down, and I'm going to leave the roots for the last step. And as you can just see here, I'm just taking strand by strand and just dyeing all of that throughout my whole head. I'm just going to start with the next layer, and I'm just separating it and clipping the rest back up so it gets out of the way, and then I'm just going to start dyeing that layer all over again. Ew, so I managed to flick dye on my lip, but here I'm just dyeing the last layer, which is the top, and making sure that I get that. Then I'm going to clip the rest up so I can start with the root process and start dyeing all of my roots. And here my husband came in and turned the fan on for me, and you could obviously tell by his face that the fumes were pretty strong. As I'm getting all the roots and making sure that is all covered, I'm also making sure that the rest of the strands are covered and I'm not missing any. And this is the conditioner that I used, and this is some pictures that I promised of the outcome of my hair, since the camera lighting isn't too well, and I just wanted to show you guys otherwise what it really looks like in person. I left both of the products in for about 45 minutes to an hour. I used a lot of box dye in the past too, and I've always left the hair color in for an hour just to make sure that the color saturates into my hair, and I've never had problems with it. Here's a close-up just to see what the color looks like. I'm totally stoked at the outcome of my hair. If you guys have any questions about the products I used or anything else about the steps that I use to dye my hair, just comment down below, let me know what's up. And if you can please like and subscribe to my channel, I'd greatly appreciate it. Alright ladies, bye!